How are you doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life, and in this video I'm just going to dig up some elephant garlic. I'm going to dry some of it for storage, and I'm also going to plant some of it directly into fresh no-dig garden beds. As you can see, it is a damp day here in our garden, and the dogs are here too. Levi, are you digging? Where are you digging? Good boy. It's soaking out here, isn't it? That's why I'm having to wear a different jacket as well. It's mid-October, but it is too warm for a winter jacket, so I'm having to wear this jacket for hunting, and it's really thin, so there's no felt in it, so we'll see what we can do. This is the elephant garlic here, and you can see the cloves can get really big if you grow them individually. Now these have been grown in this bit of a perennial area of our gardens in a more kind of a slower way. I've been growing them here for 3 years, and I'm harvesting some of them now just to take them in because we are almost sold out of elephant garlic this year, and we're going to grow more of it for next year. So wait until you see how many cloves you get from one plant. Here's one of the plants. This is the flowering stalk that has died back completely now. So let me just set you up here with a tripod. Let's take up some of this garlic. You don't really need tools for it. You could use a fork just to get started. Hang on, let me get rid of some of these weeds. There is quite a few creeping buttercups in this garden at the moment, because last year I didn't take care of this garden, I have to admit, because I was still transitioning between my full-time career in IT and the business. Now I'm full-time on the business. Now I will have more time to take care of the garden. Alright, so here they are. Take a look. Oh, what's that, Levi? It's that elephant garlic. Look at that. Shh, excuse me. Come out. Come out, will you? That's the way we say it here in the west of Ireland. In the west. So, or come up out of it when it's getting really serious. So here, look, you can easily take these up. It's a little late in the year to take them up now. They're starting to root. It's okay. You can just plant them straight out into another spot now by splitting them and planting them again in a different spot. Or you can dry them for storage. You don't have to dry them to plant them again. I just dried them a little bit before sending them out to you guys. And you get a tremendous amount of cloves from one plant. Now they may not be quite as big as they could be if you had been separating them every year and growing them individually. But by golly, it is productive. I've had to do practically nothing for it except for starting off this garden, and I'm definitely going to be growing elephant garlic in all of my perennial gardens, aka forest gardens. One of those staple crops because they keep growing and they're super reliable here in the Irish climate and in many other climates too, I believe. And there is more. Take a look at that. That's one plant. So each clove will turn into basically this many cloves each year. They're way milder than regular garlic. We don't use it for cooking at the moment because we don't have enough of them yet. We do have some of them planted here in our perennial gardens, alright, but we want to grow way more of them because there has been a lot of demand for them. There you go. A nice few in that. Some of them didn't split, so you can see they turn into a giant clove like that, but they'll split this winter. Just remember that it's important to plant garlic before the last frost or even before the winter, because they will actually grow much bigger if you plant them before the winter. They'll root before it gets cold. Say if you plant them in October or November or even September, they'll also start growing from then onwards. And you can get a much bigger harvest next summer because the plants will have already rooted by the time they start growing in spring. Just a little tip for you. Also, they split because of the frost. In among all the lovely autumn colours, look at that, we have still got some raspberries. Really good. Even though considering, always check for worms, considering we've had very little sunshine, still very sweet. Nice. Excuse me. This fella's always in the way. Excuse me, Levi. Excuse me. Oh yeah, here's our Sichuan pepper tree. Look, we've got the first few little peppercorns coming on. Can't wait to grow more of these next year. When you grow your elephant garlic on its own, it can get very big. It can get, clove sizes can be quite large. You can end up with something like this. And it is absolutely enormous. But if you grow it in more of a perennial setting, you can end up with something like this. Perennial as in if you grow it for more than 2 years, 2 or 3 years or even longer. But look at this. And it keeps splitting. Let's see how many we can find. Look at this. And I had to do nothing here except for plant one clove about 3 years ago. And I have some videos, if you want to see more, of the 2 and 3 year old plants actually being harvested. And it is easy to harvest too. Look at this. Look how many cloves you get. Isn't that incredible? So definitely the clove size is a lot smaller, but still quite impressive compared to regular garlic. And definitely usable. If you want to make your garden lower maintenance, plant perennials such as garlic. And of course berry bushes and all the other trees. Fruit trees. Fruit trees are great. Perennial kales. I'll make a video just about perennial food gardens or even forest gardens. Some people in permaculture would call them food forests. Let us know in the comments below if you are interested in seeing videos about food forests or forest gardens. Levi, what do you think? What do you think? Have you a brown nose? You too. Jesus, you're very brown. I'm really happy with that harvest. That was only about 7 or 8 plants, believe it or not, and I got like half a crate worth. So take a look at that. That's nice. I could wash these are already wet, but I'm not going to because I'm going to dry some of them. I'm going to replant some of them as well. So half and half, and I'll show you that real quick. Let's go. So I am in the greenhouse here. This time of year there's not much growing on. The cuttings are hardly rooting and plants from seed are growing, but new seeds are not germinating. It's too cold because we haven't got windows or doors in here yet. But nevertheless, it's a great place to grow plants and also to dry your herbs such as the garlic and the orphrey. You can see the orphrey here. This has been drying for quite a while. And this is the garlic as well. So I harvested that quite late. That's why the skins aren't intact. But that's okay. They'll grow just fine. They don't need to have those skins. And this is the garlic that we just harvested. I can't believe that was only probably 8 or 9 plants worth. And those were 3-year-old plants. So you can see a nice big crate full. And we're going to just dump them out onto a tray just like this one, to keep them contained. And don't worry about the dirt is fine. Most of it will come off when it's gone dry anyway. I wouldn't wash them necessarily because I think that might make them go rotten quicker because you're exposing them a little bit. You're not going to believe how easy it is to actually plant your garlic. All you need to do is take your clove and just make sure you can identify top and bottom. The bottom is where the root is going to start. And you go to your no-dig garden bed and you simply push it into the ground. Quite deep, no harm at all. And here's another one in case you missed it. And just push it down into the compost and cover it lightly. So the birds, you better push it down quite deep so the birds don't pull it up. And that's it. Garlic is probably one of the easiest vegetables you can grow, and there is no natural pests because it's antimicrobial, and that's why it's very good for you when you eat it too. You literally can actually get its superpowers by eating it, same as all the other herbs. And the Jerusalem artichoke could be probably also in the top 3 for easiest vegetables to grow. What is your favorite? Leave some comments below. Let me know. What vegetable is the easiest to grow? Thank you for watching the video. We highly appreciate it. And if you want to become a member and support us, you can do so either on Patreon, on YouTube, or on our website. We highly appreciate your support. And if you want to buy some cuttings or garlic or plants or even tubers, vegetables from the Andes, please take a look at our website. Thanks a million. Bye bye. How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you all right? Were you digging? You have a brown nose on you, haven't you? A brown nose. Aren't you beautiful? Aren't you beautiful? Huh? Look at his hair. On a dry day now, on a sunny day, you should see how shiny it is. Because you're eating so many eggs, aren't you? Homegrown eggs are good for you, aren't they? They're a complete food. They make your fluff shiny. Bye bye.